Well, hi, this is David Gomm in the stained glass studio, and this is our final project for family stained glass that you can do together. And on this particular video, we're going to show you how we make a star. And this particular star is made out of bevel pieces. I think you'll enjoy it. And I hope you'll pay attention to the PDF that we have down lower in the extra comments, so that you can, go to that spot, download it, print it off, and you'll have the patterns that you'll need for all of these projects. This is a very simple project. There aren't even any pattern pieces because these are manufactured diamond bevels. See how pretty they are? Mm-hmm. Okay, now what we're going to do is make a snowflake. And these have already been foiled. And what we do is we put 5 of them down together and just arrange them so they have about the same amount of gap. See, all the centers touch, mm-hmm. All the points touch in the center. And see how this one needs to go that way a little bit because it. And so now they have about the same amount of space. Okay?
Okay.
Now we just dab a little bit of flux right there. Now I could have tinned all these beforehand. Now we just take a little bit and I just let the bead of solder touch. And you see I keep going. And that puts quite a bit of solder there, and so all of them are now going to be tacked together and they'll be pretty strong. So now I can go ahead and put my flux on. And Allie, what does flux do? Do you remember?
It helps the stuff stick.
Yeah, it helps it stick, and that's because it dissolves a little tiny, very thin amount of the metal. So it's super clean. And so you wouldn't want to put that in your mouth, would you? It wouldn't taste good and it would dissolve part of your tongue, so you wouldn't like that.
Wouldn't be good.
All right, that's right. Okay, so now I'm just going to drag a little bit of solder around. And you can see that if I had tinned it first, it probably would have made it easier. But that just adds one more step. And we want to try to make these easy projects to do. So, quick. And all I'm doing is floating one drop of solder all the way around. Sometimes I've done these and I got one done and I looked at it and I thought, uh-oh, I've missed a place. So that may be another good reason for tinning it first, because you get solder on the whole project. So I'm just smoothing this out a little bit, getting just a little bit more on there. And then you see how it's out farther here than it is here. Mm-hmm. So I just add a little bit more so that I get it to look balanced. Okay, now once it cools, it's still not quite cooled. I can flip it over, do the other side, and then put a ring on.
Okay.
Pretty quick project, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want one of these? The answer should always be yes. Oh yes, I love stained glass. I want. Okay, now see, I've run out of solder, so I'm just taking the extra piece and soldering it back on to the piece I'm going to start using. Now, this ring I'm putting right here. If you wanted it to, and this will make it look like a snowflake, because it will hang. It'll hang this way. Now, if I put the ring at the top, it would look like a star. And so you can choose to make it look like either a snowflake or a star. And there we go. It's all done. Okay, we call this the Nova Star. And I don't know why. I think it was because Jeannie thought that was a cool name. Now, I'm just tracing around the pattern that I got off the PDF. Now look what I do. Now I take it and I just turn it around.
Use the least amount of space.
Yeah, I don't want to waste glass. So I put them right next to each other. Now I'm using a silver marker here because these markers show up really good on dark glass. There are some, this silver Sharpie marker you don't want to leave on your glass a long time. A lady bought a silver marker from us and was a little bit upset with me because the marker, she put numbers on her pieces, and the marker etched into the glass, and so you could still see it said 35 on her piece of glass. But she left the marker on the glass for a year before she cleaned it off. So that's why I did it. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I need. Now, you see I've got a little point on the end of each one of these. I'll show you. We're going to use those, and they come in really handy. And it's unique to this design that we've come up with. So I just cut them apart, and then we see, I don't want that part to break off. Okay, and then once we're done cutting, we'll go over and grind it, and then we'll solder it. All right, I've already tinned these Nova Star arms, and I want to show you what I do. Now, this, you don't have to have a board with a hole in it, but I have one with a hole in it because it just helps me when I solder these, and it's because we make several of them a year. These are really easy to break. So I recommend to people, if they're going to send them as a gift, that they go to the local box store and buy a nice box so they can put them together. Now, let's see, where's that jewel? There we go. You don't need the hole for the first side, but what we do now is we place, remember Sam, I told you about these little corners? Well, look what we're doing. As I put it together, the little corners go in and they kind of lock together. And every star will be different. Okay, so now that it's in there, I can put some flux. And see, we've got a purple jewel to match our purple legs. Wasn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just dripping a little bit down. Let the drop touch, and that way it doesn't push these pieces out of the way. And then I can simply fill in all these gaps. Okay. Uses a little bit of solder to fill that in. Okay, now, once this cools, I can flip it over, but see if I lay it down here, look, all the points are standing up, but if I put it over the hole, everything sits flat. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Now see, by locking these all together, they're nice and strong. And then I'll put a ring on this, and I'm going to use a bigger ring than either of these two sizes, so that it can fit better on the tip, because the tips like to break. You got to be really careful with them. Okay, now so I'm going to set that aside. That one's done except for the ring. Okay, this is a heart. Like it?
Yeah.
Okay, today we're going to make pink hearts. Now what I'm going to do here is just quickly, I just wanted to show you, first I cut a strip and then I laid them out with the pattern pieces. The pattern pieces are from the internet. You get the PDF that comes with this video, and see, here it is. There's a little piece and a big piece, and I traced them out using carbon paper onto these two pieces. Okay? And then I lay them down and traced around them. Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Okay, now I've already cut this one. I just wanted to show you quickly how this is done. Now, Sam, you can probably answer this because I asked you about the bottom part of the Christmas tree. Why do you think we have a curve in our heart?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. Why isn't it straight?
Because it could break.
Yeah, it would break. We don't want a broken heart, do we?
No.
No one wants a broken heart. Okay, so we have this curve in it, and because it's got a curve, it makes it stronger and it won't break as easily. And there we go. Just break off those outside pieces, see? There we go. Now we got two hearts. Now we'll go grind them, and then we'll put the foil on them, just like we did on the other project, and solder them up. Okay?
Okay.
All right, well that was a lot of fun. What did you think, Sam?
I thought it was really fun.
Which is your favorite one?
The bird.
You like the bird?
Yeah.
I like your bird too. Allie, which one's your favorite one?
I don't know. Probably the bird.
Really? Did you have fun picking out the different beads?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. What do you think you'll do with that bird?
Like find somewhere to hang it on my ceiling.
Okay, all right, put it on your ceiling. You can put a longer wire too. There's some people who, the one lady said, I want a 2-foot long wire. I don't know what she was going to do with it, but it's kind of fun. So let's see. First we did the icicle. Those are pretty cool, aren't they? They went really fast. You could, can you imagine inviting some girlfriends over and doing that for a sleepover or something? That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? And you could do those easily. You don't have to have a soldering iron. You know, you could go to your grandpa's house and have him cut some glass for you, and then you'd be ready, huh? All right, and then let's see. Then what did we do next? We did the trees. Landon had to leave, so I finished his for him. And then what did we do? We did the hearts. The heart's pretty neat, and see that? Look at that, Sam. That heart's not going to break because it's got that curve instead of a straight line.
I like it better with the curve also.
Yeah, I think it looks artistic, doesn't it? Uh-huh. And now we did the Nova Star. Oh yeah, we did the. Now you know, folks, you can get different size diamond bevels, and you might experiment with it. These you can also you can put 6 of them together and they fit perfectly, and that's kind of fun to play around with. Remember this, that the patterns that you'll need for these different pieces are on the disc in the form of a PDF, and there are also a couple of other items. And also you can go to the website betterstainedglass.com and click on the information for this particular video and learn more information if you'd like to do that. So thanks for spending this time with us. Well, I hope this has been instructive for you. Some parts are probably things you already know about. Other parts are new. I would hope that you would like to do these projects. If you subscribe and click on that bell notification, you'll be able to get to all of the projects that we're uploading. These are our weekend uploads, not to be confused with Jeannie's Wisdom Wednesday uploads that get put up on Wednesdays at around noon.